Morning, Ellie.
Guys, it's kicking off in Cannes. It is kicking off in Cannes, and not the usual way. So Cannes Film Festival is happening at the moment, and usually we find that there's protests on the red carpet, you know, people putting paint on themselves and such. No, this year, it's some big names kicking off, and for one specific reason. They're annoyed that people aren't paying attention to what's going on. So a lot of Cannes, obviously it's a film festival to raise awareness of the films and see them released, but there are also charity galas, the big one being the AMFA, and they raise money for AIDS research across the world.
Right.
So earlier this week, it first kicked off actually with Demi Moore. So she was presenting she was introducing a Cher on stage, obviously iconic, and she got really annoyed at people at the back of the room, chitter-chattering, not listening to her big intro, welcoming her on. She stopped. She's like, excuse me, have any of you guys won an Emmy before? I was like, oh, she did not kind of love it.
Yeah.
And then, following that, we've got Fergie, Justice for York Fergie, kicking off.
Yes, we've got it.
Everyone in this room, stop. 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 Did you see? I removed the microphone. Because all of you are saying, oh, I want to go, because where is the next party?
See, to me, looking at that, you're like, wow, that's so awkward. But essentially, what you saw on screen behind her was a portrait of the late Queen. She was thanking a donor for giving that, and that actually raised £400,000 at the auction there for AMFA. And there were people in the audience chatting through, being destructive. And anyone who's ever, like Ellie, we host a lot of events, and it's really hard when people are chatting in the audience and you're trying to host an event. And I think the issue at the moment with Cannes is there are a lot of influencers and models out there who, I'm not saying that they don't support the charities, but their main purpose isn't to promote films and such like that. So they are there for the networking, they are there for the partying. So when she says, oh, you're here to go to the next party, she's not wrong in that sense. So I think it's maybe a balance of who they're inviting to these events.
But you know what, though? Fair play to her, because actually, she's been ill recently, right?
Yeah.
She looks
Cancer.
great,
looks brilliant. Yeah, it looks amazing.
She does,
and out there, and for the right reasons.
Yeah.
She went on a bit about the environment and stuff afterwards and telling people to pay attention to that, which is slightly different. But I think it's good. I'm not surprised they're kicking off. And it's just interesting to see that you have these people who are real... Well, I know she's royal celebrities, but having Demi Moore, having Fergie actually highlight, no, you're here for the wrong reasons. Let's pay attention to what's important. I think it's actually quite a good thing.
Yeah, good on there. That's what
I'm in the Ellie sandwich now. It makes my heart go on and on.
Oh, I love
Tell
that.
us about Celine Dion.
Celine Dion will go on. So if you didn't know, Celine Dion, she has a very rare condition called stiff person syndrome. Only 70 people in the UK have it.
How many?
70. It's extremely rare. It's incurable. And what it is there are a few different types of it, but essentially your body goes through either spasms and then it goes rigid. And the only way to kind of like maintain yourself in a way is steroids, Botox injections, stuff to relax the muscles. But obviously for her, she's a performer, she's on stage. If you have no control of your body, it's really difficult. So what happened was, back in December 2022, she came out with her diagnosis and said, I've been diagnosed with this, so I'm going to postpone my tour till spring 2024. Unfortunately, a few months later, she said, no, I'm going to have to cancel it altogether because I'm not well enough to be back on stage. We did see her in February at the Grammys, and now what's happened is the first trailer for a documentary about what she's been going through has been released.
Is the sound man okay? My voice is the conductor of my life. When your voice brings you joy, I get wings to fly.
It's really emotional.
Yeah, a lot of people seeing this, like, I'm in tears already. How am I going to cope with the actual documentary? Well, not long to wait. It's out on Amazon Prime, June 25th. And it says it will give a really raw insight into never-before-seen footage of what she went through. So she's been filming everything from before her diagnosis up to where she is now, and hopefully her fight back to getting on stage, which is ultimately what she wants to do.
She's so brave to share that.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it's so impressive when people who don't need to expose themselves in any way, they don't need the money, but they want to do it to raise awareness of these conditions. I think it's really powerful when they do that.
That is amazing. Look, we're really excited about this story you've got for us. Outnumbered is set to return.
Have you haven't seen Outnumbered, go and see it now. It's on the
amazing.
BBC iPlayer. There's 5 series plus a few like specials out there. But it follows the Brockman family and their 3 crazy kids. This is to mark the 10-year anniversary. They're doing a Christmas special, so we do have to wait a little bit for this. But it's a one-off Christmas special, and I'm obsessed with the synopsis of this. So they're all back together again, all 5 of them, and it says they're going to have a family Christmas, but it's interrupted by fate, neighbours, hyenas, and bus replacement services. So I think that's so great. And actually, the interesting thing about this, if you see here on screen, you've got Hugh and Claire Skinner. They're actually in a relationship now in real life.
Are they really?
In real life. So they met on this years ago, back in 2007. They both have different partners. They separated from their partners about 2015, 2016. Then in 2018, they got back together to film a special. And that's when romance
They're now
blossomed,
together.
and now they're together.
Wow.
So this is the first time they'll be on screen together as a real couple. And the really interesting thing about Outnumbered is it's partially improvised. So
I
it's
love that.
not like a solid script. So it's really great to see they have good chemistry
That should
anyway.
be easy
To
enough.
see exactly. So I'm hoping it's like really good this time. So
really
excited for that one. And maybe it'll kick off a proper full series.
Well, yes, yeah, it may well
Oh, I
do.
hope so. I'd love to see it back. And the kids are growing up now.
Kids are all grown up, yeah. So it'll be
that.
interesting to see that. And one of them's in the show. One of them's got a grandkid. New
Love
character.
that. Ellie,